Let's also talk about those who feel it's okay for them to just dump things anywhere. We all have to be a part of the solution. While the government have to do their work, don't get me wrong, but you see, on a daily basis, we see people who dump refuse when rain is falling. You see those who think it's an opportunity for them to empty their trash in the rain. Where do you think all those rubbish they are going to? They're actually going to block a drainage. And then when it blocks the drainage, you have stagnant water, and then what happens? The place starts stinking. That's what happens. So you cannot, on one hand, being a part of the problem, and on the other hand, you're calling out Lagos State government or calling out the government that the place is smelling. What are you in your environment? How many people take this, monthly sanitation that they do, like some states do on Saturdays? Lagos State, I think, do theirs on Thursdays. How many people take advantage of that to clean their environment? You're the one living there. You're the one that, will fall sick as a result of a poor hygiene. It's you. So if you're waiting for the government to do it all because you want to create content, the joke is on you. Or you just look for somewhere openly just defecate. All these things make the place smell. So we all have to play our part. What are you doing in your little corner? You want to just sit down in your corner and be calling on government when your part, where you even live, even your inside your house is like a pig style? Come on now. You see, I have seen the unnecessary generalization by some people on social media saying that Lagos smells. And some are now using to catch crews. Some are now like saying it so they will trend. Now, this is an exception to those who actually live in an area that smells. Why? Because most of these places, maybe they don't have proper drainage system. Maybe there are canals, in the area. Maybe there's like a refuse dump site in the area. So I can make exception for those areas. But saying that the whole of Lagos smells, that is a lie. I have lived in Lagos for years. That is a lie.
Lagos is smelling. There's a lot of big mosquitoes in Lagos. A lot big mosquitoes. We have open drainages, open gutters. So why are you?
And I can confidently say not everywhere have this problem. Because, Lagos is just like anywhere else in the world. Every country in the world have areas that stinks. There was a time, that was in 2017 that I went to New York. Like, there was a place that I went to. It was smelling really bad. Like, really bad. Now, will I now come out and generalize that the whole of New York smells? No. But was that particular area smelling? Yes. I didn't bother to find out what it was because it was just smelling. It was like the air was just bad. So it wasn't like maybe it was just a temporal smell. The air was bad. So that's what I'm saying, that there are areas that smell in Lagos, but this unnecessary generalization that Lagos smells is just not good. It doesn't give a good image of, the country of Lagos, especially, this period where we are trying to position Nigeria as a destination for tourism. Now, coming out to just say that the place smells, what impression are you trying to create out there in the minds of people who probably want to visit? Especially when you know that it's not like what you're saying is entirely true. You're just saying it just to catch up with the trend of what everybody's saying. And it's not okay. It's not okay. You just have to be truthful. If your area is smelling, you say, oh, my area is smelling, poor drainage system, canal, this, that, is understandable. And then let's also, talk about those who feel it's okay for them to just dump things anywhere. We all have to be a part of the solution. While the government have to do their work, don't get me wrong, but you see, on a daily basis, we see people who dump refuse when rain is falling. You see those who think it's an opportunity for them to empty their trash in the rain. Where do you think all those rubbish they are going to? They're actually going to block a drainage. And then when it blocks the drainage, you have stagnant water. And then what happens? The place starts stinking. That's what happens. So you cannot, on one hand, being a part of the problem, and on the other hand, you're calling out Lagos State government or calling out the government that the place is smelling. What are you in your environment? How many people take this, monthly sanitation that they do, like some states do on Saturdays? Lagos State, I think, do theirs on Thursdays. How many people take advantage of that to clean their environment? You're the one living there. You're the one that, will fall sick as a result of a poor hygiene. It's you. So if you're waiting for the government to do it all because you want to create content, the joke is on you. So we all have to work together. Ever since that Youth Copper girl said that, a lot of people have jumped into that as an opportunity to say it or keep saying it, even when some people who are not even living in Lagos or there are some areas that they will say, okay, this area is smelling, I will say yes. But I just have a problem with the generalization of the whole of Lagos. I'm not going to sit down here to say there is nowhere that smells. No, I want to say that. But what I'm also not going to say is that it's the whole of Lagos that smells. No, that's not true. That is absolutely false. Like I said, while I agree that the government should, step up their sanitation exercise, no matter, even if you are living in Ajangbadi, you are living in Makoko, you are living in Ajigule, everybody deserves to live in a very clean, healthy, and sanitized environment. Yeah. So, but all those people who it feels it's okay for you to do content Lagos especially, also remember to highlight that some of the finest, infrastructure and all of that are still in Lagos. You can also highlight that too. Why you call them out on this breath, another breath, show the good part of the state. Because go to New York, go to Queens, you see the dirty areas. They are there. But you cannot now say that is the same areas that are dirty. That is the same New York that have the as in the world, the country with the highest high-rise buildings. And when they show you this area, you're wondering, is this New York? Yes. They have those areas, they have the shanties, they have like in Lagos, they have Morocco, they have all those things. Yes, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying now that you can't now generalize that it's everywhere. It's not. There is work to be done. I get it. But it is misleading to say that the whole state smells. It is misleading. It is wrong. It is not true. Our part as citizens, we shouldn't throw dirt away just like that, just throw it through the window, or rain is falling, empty it inside the rain, or you just look for somewhere openly just defecate. All these things make the place smell. All these things make the place smell. So we all have to play our part. What are you doing in your little corner? You want to just sit down in your corner and be calling on government when your part, where you even live, even inside your house is like a pig style? Come on now. Come on, because this narrative is initially when they said it, yes, I said, okay, yeah, there's some places that smell, yeah, but it's looking like some people are not catching crews with it, and it's not making sense. We are positioning our country very well. We're trying to position our country. Things that need to be done, needs to be done. While we wait for government to do their own, we will not say a country is, imploding, and you as a citizen, you want to further implode. No, then that means you're also guilty of what you're trying to accuse the government of. What part are you also playing? It's very important. So, in conclusion, every country in the world have that area that stinks. But for us here in Nigeria, we can only work together to try to reduce it. We cannot just leave it for the government alone to do. We'll all come together to play our part. Clean your environment. Stop dumping refuse anywhere you just think you can dump because nobody is looking at you. Try to, at least even if it's not for the government, for your own health, try to keep your environment clean. That action, we all need to take that action. We have to maintain cleanliness, because they always say cleanliness is next to godliness. We have to be clean ourselves. So let's change our attitude. Let's change our mindset. Let's continue to see that it's a partnership. It's what's the word? We are partners in progress with the government, so that when we have played our part, when we are calling them out, it's easier for us. It will be easy for us to call them out because we have played our part. So I'm not here to be the government's mouthpiece, no, because why? I know that for a fact that it's not everywhere. Like you're not being fair. Even if we don't like the government, but we are not being fair to them or to the Lagos State government, saying that everywhere is smelling. We all know it's not true. It's not true. Let's be, when we want to call them, let's call them fair, call them out fairly. It's not everywhere that is smelling. So the area that smells, should they go in there and work on it? Yes. Yes, they should. But saying that it's everywhere that smells, in essence, trying to spoil the image of Lagos, is not true. Let's be, careful in the way we want to drive the numbers to whatever we're doing on social media, or because, we're all on social media doing things now. We forget decorum, we just throw it in the wind, and all because we're chasing the numbers. When you say that, people will come in and say, yes, yes. It's not true. Maybe where you're staying smells, and then you want to assume that everywhere smells like that. No, not everywhere smells like that. There are areas that smell, yes. There are areas that smell, yes, but not everywhere. That is what my video is about, because it's one too many. A lot of people have been saying, everybody is now using, no. Let's just be guided. That's all. Anyway, that's it. Now let's talk. What do you think? Let's continue it in the comment section. What do you think about this video? What do you think about that narrative that people are just driving, that the whole of Lagos is smelling? If you live in Lagos, just let's talk. Let's talk, because we all have to find a solution to this thing. If it's your area, you say, oh, my area, this is why, this is why. Well, let's talk, okay? Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I see you again in my next video. Bye for now.